Hey everyone, and welcome to Real Life Real Crime Daily for Wednesday, April 26th. And I'm Jim Chapman.
And I'm Woody Overton.
And I'm Mike Agovino. Or some people in the audience are saying, Chef Mike Agovino.
Chef.
Oh, yeah. Right. Doing that good Italian cooking, huh?
That's it.
Let me tell you something.
He definitely uses his mitts.
Those were some tasty morsels.
Whatever.
Yeah, HelloFresh, RLRC 50, right?
50% off your first box.
And free shipping.
And free shipping.
Yeah. Hey, you know what, Mike Agovino, if you ever decide to use that Italian heritage and open up a business and you need to mail stuff, you can go to Shopify. Not just mail it. Shopify does everything, handles your books, and you sell merchandise or whatever. You can go to Shopify and use our code for that too.
Well, I'm thinking heavy about that because I just bought a website called rentahitman.com that was I company in Nashville. I had to give Guido a short-term contract as well to come on board. But definitely Shopify be a great back end for us. So,
all right.
Remember our good pal, Alec Baldwin?
Yeah, the one I don't like to talk about.
You don't like to talk about? He's our first story this morning, Woody.
No. But go ahead.
Well, I don't know. We probably did 3, maybe 4 separate reports about this story as it was evolving. And the one thing we never considered was that they could come back after all of this and decide that the weapon itself was faulty and could fire without somebody pulling the trigger. Doesn't it
still had to have a live round in it?
Doesn't
it still had to have it still had to have a live bullet in it?
But doesn't it seem like, this was a pretty major, ballsy, controversial move on the part of the DA to press charges against Baldwin. Wouldn't you have made sure that the gun was, especially when you got a guy saying, I never pulled the trigger, wouldn't checking to make sure that the trigger couldn't go off on its own have been a kind of a priority early on in this?
Not for me, because you still have a live round in a fake gun.
Someone still put a live bullet in there and told him it was a cold gun, which is why they have not dropped charges against his.
Somebody put a live round in that pistol, and it shouldn't have never had a live round. And I do not believe the firearm discharged by itself. Guns don't kill people; people kill people.
Well, they're kind of saying that, according to ABC News, the gun used in the fatal Russ shooting was so defective it could have fired without any pressure on the trigger. And on that basis,
correct, but they still had a live round.
Correct. So, but we know that he wasn't the one who put the round in the gun. Right. So that syncs with them dropping the charges against him while not dropping the charges against the armorer, Hannah Gutierrez-Reed. So it's starting to smell like maybe the young armorer is going to take the fall on this thing.
Yeah, I never thought Baldwin was going to take the fall. The whole thing's stupid. It stinks, really.
Well, and as a Real Life Real Crime Daily boycott, I think is what's in order when this stupid movie comes out, which I can't believe. They're back filming right now. They're back on the set filming this thing. Literally the day the charges against him get dropped. And so I, for one, even when this thing is free on some service a year from now, I ain't watching it.
It'll be on the cock, and we won't watch it.
We won't watch on the cock. Okay, it may come out.
No, I wouldn't watch it. I wouldn't watch it if they paid me to watch it. And the only reason it's going to get any views is because of this poor person got murdered.
That's for sure. Well, I think the boycott of Baldwin and Rust is complete, and hopefully we won't have to talk about that story too much. Let's get a little closer to home.
All right. So we're going to bring you out to Baton Rouge, and a man was reportedly knocked unconscious after an argument over a parking space turned violent in Baton Rouge. The incident happened outside the Buffalo Wild Wings restaurant on Bluebonnet Boulevard just after 9 p.m. Saturday, April 22nd. A driver was unable to pull into a parking spot because several men were standing in the space. He then yelled for them to move. When the driver eventually got out of the vehicle, several men physically attacked him. The driver's wife posted about the incident on social media, and she even had a video included she took of the rental vehicle, and she says the men drove away. Deputies said an ambulance was called. However, the driver who was attacked declined to be transported to the hospital. So, you know, it's frustrating when people stand in front of your parking spot and it's the only one.
You know,
that's what I'm thinking.
That's another genius criminal, right? I mean, really? You're going to, basically that's attempted murder. I mean, if you knock someone out or they have to get seek medical attention or anything like that, it takes a second degree battery, which is the same thing as attempted murder. And guess what? They could accidentally kill them, right? And then over a parking spot.
Over a parking spot.
Yeah.
It happens.
Yeah, I say it all the time. You're like one decision away from,
right. Yeah.
You know, ruining your life.
Absolutely correct. You know, and you know, stupid. And my wife hates that word, but it is what it is. So let me tell you all this. So, fans, if you know, Jim Chapman is the best editor in the world, but in case you hear a little something in my voice today, that's because I'm on RLRC daily assignment in Wisconsin, and I'm sitting outside the correctional center where Taylor Business is housed, and I'm trying to get in the door now. Hey, let me tell y'all something. It's cold up here. It's literally snowing.
Yeah, there's weird weather this week. It's really cold.
Really, really cold. But I'm gonna sit here, and she doesn't have me on her visiting list, but I'm working on that. So stay tuned for that. But let me take you back to another Louisiana story, y'all. And this is another stupid people. There's a couple that was arrested after a 3-year-old shows up to school with makeup covering a black eye in Bayou Blue, Louisiana. Do y'all know where that is?
Yeah, I do.
No.
Yeah, it's way down. And I'm sorry, that's the correctional officer's phone beeping there. All right, so Bayou Blue is way down south, and deputies have arrested a man and a woman in South Louisiana accused of punching a child and sending the child to school with makeup covering a black eye. Ray Mathern Jr., 27, and Amber Dorian, 28, were arrested on Friday, April 21st, according to the Lafourche Parish Sheriff Craig Weber. Deputies say they were called to a Head Start location Friday morning regarding a 3-year-old boy who arrived with a black eye covered by makeup, as well as marks on the neck and arm. Investigators believe Mathern struck the boy, causing a black eye, and Dorian grabbed the child, causing the marks on the child's neck and arm 2 days before. The Lafourche Parish detectives say the couple used makeup to conceal the child's black eye. Well, you know, I'm not the smartest person in the world, but I'm pretty sure if I give my kid a black eye, I'm not going to send it to a Head Start by using my wife's makeup to cover it up. I mean, you think you're going to get away with that?
Yeah, that's makes me. This child abuse stuff.
Absolutely.
Is just
I mean, it's Head Start. That's
3 years old.
That's earlier in kindergarten, right? And they get beaten on a kid. What is that kid? What can that kid do to you to make you so mad that you're going to give it a black eye and leave bruises on it? But how stupid are you to think you're going to get away with? You know what? I guess you had to go work wherever you're working, and you can send your kid a Head Start. You're going to put your makeup on it to try to conceal black eye.
Right.
Yeah. Let me know how that works out for you, people.
Right.
So anyway.
Crazy. You guys, big cheesecake fans?
I love cheesecake.
I I can take it or leave it. My wife likes it. All right.
Well, do this. Next time somebody puts a piece of it in front of you, have somebody taste it first before you do. Okay?
Oh, God.
We're going to talk about a woman who's been convicted of poisoning a cheesecake, trying to murder a quote-unquote friend, and the judge who has put her away and her behavior in the courtroom toward that judge after he gave her a 21-year sentence. But let's rebuild this story for you. A Russian-born woman tried to murder her doppelganger. She tried to do this with a piece of poisoned cheesecake. She wanted to steal her identity because she had gotten herself in trouble and was looking for a way out. And
look, sorry to interrupt you, but you need to explain to some people what doppelganger means.
Doppelganger is somebody who looks a lot like you.
Like your identical twin.
Like your twin.
Everybody has one. Right?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you, but I'm not trying to insult anybody's intelligence, but I didn't actually know what that meant until a couple of years ago.
But when George Clooney contacted you and told you that he thought you might be a doppelganger, right?
Right. He went.
Okay.
Well, when Joey Buttafuoco contacted you.
I knew that was coming.
I just deposited in the kitty there. So
sorry about that, guy.
Okay, so the woman whose name is Victoria Nasarova, who's 47 years old and from Sheepshead Bay, Brooklyn, where Salvatore Agovino grew up, by the way. Sheepshead, Brooklyn, right there by Coney Island, by the aquarium. It's just a great spot. I think the Russians took over that area from the Italians. So Victoria Nasarova, 47, shouted at Queens Supreme Court Justice Kenneth Holder after he sentenced her for 21 years. In fact, I'm going to do it. She said, "Fuck you," to the judge, shouted at him after he gave her that sentence. Let's talk about what she did to earn that sentence. So Nasarova yelled the expletive at the judge while being led out of the court in handcuffs. He called her an extremely dangerous woman and described her plan to kill her friend with a piece of poisoned cheesecake as diabolical. She was convicted in February of attempted murder, assault, unlawful imprisonment, and larceny in connection with the attempted fatal poisoning. She faces 5 years of supervision after her release from prison for however long she is there. Now, the woman whom she tried to take out is named Olga Civic, and Olga is a professional eyelash stylist. She and Victoria met ostensibly that way, and a friendship developed, and the women dressed alike, same color hair, had some similarities in their facial construction, both of them being of Russian descent. And when Victoria got in a little bit of trouble, she decided her friendship with her eyelash stylist was not that important to her. Miss Civic did speak out in court, and she took the stand and she said, "God gave me life when Victoria Nasarova tried to end my life. For her, it was an easy thing to try and take the life of another person. It was an easy thing to gain the trust of another person and then take everything from that person. It was easy for her to steal. It was easy for her to kill." This all went down a few summers ago when Nasarova went to Civic's home in Forest Hills, Queens, another one of my old stomping grounds, for an eyelash touch-up and brought her a box of cheesecake as a gift. What a wonderful gift for your eyelash stylist. She offered her a slice that was tainted with phenazepam, a powerful tranquilizer, after eating 2 poison-free pieces herself. Nasarova was stuffing her face with the good cheesecake while poisoning her friend. Civic said she became ill about 20 minutes after eating the piece of cake. Her friend found her the next day unconscious, and with pills scattered around her body, which were purposely placed there to make it look like Civic died by suicide. She was taken to the hospital and recovered, but when she returned home, she discovered her passport and employment authorization card were missing, along with a gold ring and other valuables, according to the DA. At the time of the murder attempt, the victim and Nasarova resembled one another, both, as I said, a dark hair, same skin complexion, other similar physical traits, and they both also spoke Russian. According to ABC, this was not Nasarova's first rodeo. She's apparently wanted in Russia on murder charges in connection with a 2014 death of her neighbor at the time, a 54-year-old named Alla Alexenko. Nasarova fled to New York after she was accused of killing the woman and stealing her money. So she was on the lam for murder charges in Russia when she decided to try and take out her doppelganger in the New York area.
Did she use cheesecake in Russia, or did they have cheesecake in Russia? What's a Russian cake? She would probably use.
What would you put? What would you put in a Russian cake? I don't
like vodka, probably.
Yeah, it's a vodka cake. It was a penne vodka cake, something like that. In Russia, Nasarova allegedly seduced the lead detective in her prosecution on that case, and he allegedly facilitated her escape. She denied any involvement in Alexenko's death. Her defense attorney, Jose Nieves, said they will appeal this conviction and they will appeal the sentence. NBC News, by the way, which is always available on the cock, reported that he believes the sentence was excessive and that the appeal will focus on evidence and other legal issues. She's got a top-notch lawyer there in Nieves. Had the jury been allowed to view or hear certain evidence, we might have had a different outcome. I wonder what that evidence the jury could have heard that might have had a different outcome. Well, that the outcome is she's going to spend a long time in prison, but she did get to throw an F-bomb at a judge.
And look, I'm gonna post on the Facebook a picture of her and her doppelganger. And I'm going to tell you what, these two Russian ladies, I don't know why I just did the tongue roll on that, but these two Russian ladies look identical. It is definitely her doppelganger, and look beautiful. I can see how that Russian detective got a little bit of the good old Russian lady charm put on him.
He got played.
Oh man, she was probably speaking in that accent. I'm not even going to try to do it, but
just for the record,
I want you to get me out of jail.
That's not bad, Jim.
Just for the record,
where is Key?
I've never been swayed by beauty or cash or Russian beauty to help them somebody escape the country.
Do either of your wives use an eyelash stylist?
Mine does not.
I can honestly say
uses her real eyelashes, but I know a lot of females that do.
We got a lot of ladies out there that will tell us.
My daughter does that. She does them herself, but she'll put the little lashes in every now and then.
Yeah, I think my daughter does. Something with eyelashes.
Okay, well, we need a little more info on the vocation of eyelash stylists.
I want to know how much they make. I'm thinking about swapping jobs.
You should look into that. Yeah, you should definitely look into that.
And eating poisonous cheesecake, right? So, I don't know.
Hey, y'all, let me tell you about Gobble. All Gobble meal kits are pre-prepped. That means less work for you and less waste in your kitchen. Their meal kits include everything you need so you can save time at the store or just skip that trip entirely. I got the box in and I had 3 different meals. I had a Kung Pao chicken, crispy fish tacos, and a beef bourguignon, however you say it. But let me tell you about the classic beef bourguignon. Look, it came with beef pot roast and a beef broth concentrate, red wine demi-glace, cremini mushrooms, cipollone onions, mashed potatoes, baby carrots, and rosemary thyme butter. It was so easy to make. Literally like 15 minutes it took Cindy. And let me tell you something, and all the dishes were fire, but this thing was like a taste explosion in my mouth. It's just unbelievable. real. We've got to spend more time together and more time doing the things we love because everything came in this one single box right to my door. So see what a difference Gobble will make for your household. Right now, they're offering my listeners a fantastic limited time deal. You get $120 off across 4 boxes plus free shipping and free cookies. And let me tell you, those cookies, I ate one that was sin baked and it was delicious. Go to gobble.com/real life. That's GOBBLE.com/real life for $120 off your first 4 boxes. This offer is not available on the home site, so don't miss out. This is genius. It's taste explosions in your mouth like you never had. Hey ladies, are you feeling overwhelmed by hormonal changes? Well, you're definitely not alone. There are more than 1,000 hormone disruptors living in our environment right now. It's in your food, your water, the air you breathe, the clothes you wear, your skincare products. They all mess with your hormones. Then there's the natural hormone changes your body goes through, premenopause, menopause. And while it's a natural process, it doesn't mean you have to suffer through it. The good news is you don't have to suffer through it anymore because now you have Hormone Harmony, a formula made only with herbal ingredients that are shown to reduce hormonal symptoms in women of all ages. Hormone Harmony is not just a hormone support and supplement, it's become a phenomenon. Women can't stop talking about it on social media. A bottle of Hormone Harmony is sold every 24 seconds. And the biggest benefit? Well, my wife says it makes her feel like her own self again. And that's what women mention over and over in the reviews. And there are over 30,000 reviews for Hormone Harmony. And for a limited time, you can get 15% off your entire first order at happymammoth.com. Just use code RLRC at checkout. That's happymammoth.com and use code RLRC for 15% off today. That's happymammoth.com and use code RLRC.
Hey, have y'all ever been to the Jazz Fest?
I have been.
Who hasn't been to Jazz Fest?
Right? I mean, some people evidently need to be told the proper etiquette of going to Jazz Fest, right? And now Jazz Fest, if you haven't been, it's probably the greatest show on earth. And they have all the different stages with the bands that play, and it's an open air deal. And
now wait a minute, Woody. The greatest show on earth is the Crew Bash.
That's true. Minus fans of Crew Bash, and so I guess we should probably try to go this year as RRC Daily, and we could do like a public service announcement like I'm about to do now, as long as we can keep Mike off the tequila. But anyway, here we go.
There's no keeping me off the tequila.
The problem with the Jazz Fest is kind of like Mardi Gras. People go to it and they think just anything goes. Mardi Gras, I guess, is a little more relaxed than Jazz Fest is, but people think they're coming in New Orleans to Jazz Fest or Mardi Gras and they could just do anything, right? Well, Jazz Fest, unlike Mardi Gras, you're going to get searched when you go to the door. Now we'll give you a few tips to try to keep y'all from getting arrested. Okay, you're going to get searched, people, when you go through the door, and even though the mayor in New Orleans has done a little bit about not arresting you for a little bit of weed, et cetera, but it's still illegal technically, okay? And you're going to get searched, and you can't be carrying pounds of weed and shit in your backpack or bongs, or can't carry in the alcohol. They frown upon that. That's how they make their money and stuff like that. Whatever you're going to carry in, and people carry in a lot of shit, and whatever you're going to carry in, don't bring any firearms or butt plugs with your deceased lover's ass in them, anything like that. Okay.
Oh, butt plugs might be allowed, Woody.
Yeah. So, they might miss it on the search too. So if you have that hollowed out butt plug, then you can fill it with alcohol.
Yeah.
Maybe get
Lord.
get some alcohol in it. So, I mean, the drinks are not cheap, and we all know that at Jazz Fest, right? But let's just move on to it. Another common sense thing, y'all, and this is really goes to anything you do in New Orleans. Okay, this whole public service announcement applies to it, but basically, don't be a dick. You go there, have a good time. Don't be an asshole. Don't be a dick. And, there's some etiquette things like don't bring the world's biggest fucking beach umbrella and stake it in front of the stage when nobody can see and block the views. And, everybody's going to be drinking and 99% of the people are going to be having a good time, but there's always a dick that's, going to disrespect somebody in some way, like trying to block off a huge area with chairs so that their friends that arrive later on and all that. Just don't do that. And don't call someone a dick. Don't get into a fist fight. If you do, you are going to jail. They're going to bounce you. They have super tight security and they are waiting. They're praying that you're going to get out of line so they can skull drag you and lock you up. Okay. Basically the laws in New Orleans still apply. Even when you leave the fairgrounds. All right. So don't be snorting cocaine in the open and, in the open. Right. In the open. Do it out of your butt plug or something. Maybe that's one of the ways I could carry it in. But the, basic laws apply, y'all. And, no matter how high you get or drunk you get or whatever, don't go piss on a cop car. Or don't be like my buddy and punch the cop's horse in the mouth and stuff like that. Because if you do, they're going to beat your ass and you're going to the Orleans Parish lockup, y'all. And it used to be, I know it was before Katrina, that was the worst rated central lockup in the United States of America. Worse than anything in New York City, worse than anything in Los Angeles, etc. And I've literally had cases where I had to go there to interview people that were locked up and they couldn't find them. And so you don't want to go to the Orleans Parish Prison. If you do get arrested, and you better hope your friends see you getting arrested, and so they can start trying to do the bail bonds process, or at least know that you've been taken, because you might get lost inside of the OPP. If you do get locked up, you can hopefully post the full amount of your bond with the court. Well, the problem is if you get locked up during the weekend. Now, Just Fest goes all week, but if you get locked up during the weekend part, your ass is going to sit in there until you're going to see a judge. It's not like night court in New Orleans where you get to see a judge automatically. But you can either post your full amount of bond with the court, or you can pay a non-refundable bail bond premium to licensed bail bonds. And all that is, y'all, the bail bonds, then usually if you get arrested, it's either it's between 10 to 15% of whatever amount of your bond is. So if it's $100,000 bond, you have to pay them $10,000 in cash or property, but you don't get it back, right? So you can use the bail bonds or contact an attorney to help secure your release on your own personal recognizance. I don't believe that's really going to happen. They're going to make you pay at least the amount of the fine as a bond, because if you, like Mike Agovino and from California, you're going to haul ass after you get caught sniffing the cocaine out of your butt plug and get arrested, you're not ever going to come back for that charge, right? So, but under no circumstances should you try to contact me, Jim, or Mike, as we will simply remind you that we shared our top tips on the show and told you not to be a dick.
Very good point, Woody. Friday, the 28th, Jazz Fest starts. So this Friday, for those of you that have plans or those of you who could still get here in time, them's the rules, them's the way to keep yourself safe and out of trouble at Jazz Fest.
Yeah, hey, and go look at the lineup. I don't even know who's headlining this year, and they'll have a lot of famous acts, but unfortunately, I won't be there this year for Jazz Fest, but they always have some great.
They have Marvin Gaye opening. Woody.
What?
Marvin Gaye wanted you to be there. You're not going to be there?
He's coming from the grave.
He is coming from the grave.
His daddy smoked him like a pack of Cools back in the day. And that's a horrible waste because I love Marvin Gaye. Right?
Gosh, y'all, a horrible story out of Fayetteville, Arkansas. A judge set a bond for a man accused of stabbing his wife to death outside their home in Fayetteville. Marcus Joyner's bond was set at $750,000, and the judge scheduled an arraignment for May 22nd. Police believe Marcus McBurney Joyner killed his wife, Dr. Amy Joyner, the night of Sunday, April 16th. He was arrested on a charge of capital murder. Now, to tell you a little bit about how this crime took place, Amy Joyner called 911. She said her husband was drunk and being aggressive. She began screaming for help and stopped responding to the dispatcher. The dispatcher then heard a male voice say, "You wanted it like this." When police arrived, they found Amy Joyner dead in the street. She had been stabbed and there was a knife in her neck, still stuck in her neck. Her cell phone was next to her, and the officer could hear the 911 operator still talking on the phone. Officer saw Marcus Joyner wearing only a pair of jeans walking away and into the house. He came out a few minutes later and surrendered to police. He had a stab wound in his chest. They brought Marcus to the hospital, where they found cuts inside both of his hands and a swollen right hand. Police later compared video from the officer's body camera with the 911 calls from Amy and from a neighbor. They believe the first officer arrived just seconds after she was attacked. Now, Dr. Amy Joyner was a partner at Northwest Arkansas Pathology Associates in Fayetteville, and this is a major news story, really getting national attention at this point.
Yeah, that's crazy. Absolutely crazy.
Horrible situation, and you say it all the time, Woody, with these, stab wounds, especially how the perpetrators typically get cuts on their hand and all of that. But wow, the knife still stuck in her neck.
That's crazy. I mean, I guess he thought it was good enough and just leave the knife in the neck. I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe it was stuck in the backbone or something. I don't know. It's crazy.
Yeah, and to me, it speaks to the rage that this guy was in.
It's another domestic violence call, right? And we talked about on previous shows, that's why those calls are so dangerous, because when you get in an argument, your significant other, then it's always pissed, right? But if you go to a level where you're going to stab her in the neck, I mean, he's going to get what he deserves.
Yeah, just a horrible situation coming out of Arkansas.
Yeah, well, it's horrible. I hate it, and the hearts go out to the victims' families again. But I got another one for y'all. There was a subject arrested for shooting a 6-year-old whose ball rolled into his yard. So, following a manhunt that began Tuesday, Florida authorities arrested Robert Louis Singletary Jr., a respectable-looking 24-year-old North Carolina man accused of shooting a 6-year-old girl and her parents after the trio attempted to retrieve a basketball out of his yard.
I'm looking at his picture, Woody.
Yeah, he doesn't look so respectable.
He doesn't look so respectable, no. Yeah.
He looks like he is.
That's not when the realtor is walking people into the house next door and you're looking at your prospective new neighbor and they go walking in with that guy. That would be concerning.
Yeah. So whoever they wrote, I hate to see the person who actually wrote this article and called this guy respectable looking, right? What does the author of this look like? But anyway, so he shot a 6-year-old girl and her parents for trying to get a basketball out the yard. He's been charged with 4 counts of attempted first-degree murder. I don't know why it'd be 4 if it's 2 parents and the kid, but 4 four counts of attempted first-degree murder, 2 counts of assault with a deadly weapon, and 1 count of possession of a firearm by a felon. Witnesses at the scene in Gastonia, North Carolina neighborhood reportedly said Singletary, 24, became angry when his neighbor's ball rolled into his yard, allegedly firing his gun at another neighbor before targeting the family of 3. He looked at my husband and my daughter and told them, "I'm going to kill you." The mother of the 6-year-old shooting victim, Kinsley White, told ABC News. Hildebrand, her daughter, and the partner, William White, were injured in the shooting. Kinsley, who received stitches for bullet fragments lodged in her face, and her mom were treated at a hospital and released. Meanwhile, family members said White tried to draw the gunfire toward himself in order to protect his family and was shot in the back. He remains hospitalized. Following the shooting, Kinsley had some lingering questions on her mind for the alleged gunman, like, why did you shoot my daddy and me? Why did you shoot a kid's dad? She said. That's crazy, right, y'all?
Good questions, honey.
Horrible.
Horrible. I mean, what?
Over nothing.
Over basketball.
Is everybody just on drugs? I mean, is everybody just drugged up all across this country?
Maybe he has some fentanyl mixed in his regular weed or something. I don't know. But he's the one being shot in the face. I mean, that shows really, really specific the intent to kill. You were aiming at their face. But the dad was like me. If I was unarmed and the guy starts shooting up the neighborhood, I'd have got hit in the back because I was using the old defense of the man. I'd been hauling ass trying to run. But they said he's trying to protect his family. But I guess I would have done the same thing. But who does that?
Well, and it's the weirdest thing is I saw pictures of it, and it looks like a normal middle-class neighborhood. So why would a guy that, buys or rents a house in a nice middle-class neighborhood, seemingly, to live that kind of life, become the kind of nut who could shoot a 6-year-old for a ball going on his property? I mean, it's just...
I think back to the old movies and stuff like that, like a Sandlot where the ball breaks the window and the kids run off, right? This case should have, back then, that guy should have came out with a bazooka and killed everybody, all the kids, if you equate that to this case. I mean, all the ball did was roll into his property, and he shot about 4 people. So he gets first-degree murder, attempted first-degree murder, he won't be shooting anybody else.
Well, at least he didn't kill anybody.
Yeah, right. And, it's stupid.
Kia and Hyundai owners, listen up. We're talking to you. You got a recall coming, but we got to tell you the story of this one. You got a Hyundai? Well,
yeah, my wife's car.
Yeah. Start using a padlock, Woody.
well,
we're going to tell you why.
I guess.
We're going to tell you why. Attorney generals in 17 states on Thursday urged the federal government to recall millions of Kia and Hyundai cars because they're too easy to steal, a response to a sharp increase in thefts fueled by, you guessed it, TikTok. So some Kia and Hyundai cars sold in the United States over the last decade do not have engine immobilizers. A standard feature, this is on most cars, and it prevents the engine from starting unless the key is present, right? That's the whole point of the key. Well, videos circulating on TikTok have shown how people can start a Kia or Hyundai model by using a screwdriver and a USB cable. In Los Angeles, thefts of Hyundai and Kia cars has increased by 85%.
What?
Flathead or Phillips?
Yes, and it accounts for 20% of all car thefts in the entire city. So they're going out and they're looking for these cars.
Oh, absolutely. They're hunting it down, right? I mean, that's big business.
Right. And the California Attorney General, Rob Bonta, said in a news release that the bottom line is Kia and Hyundai's failure to install standard safety features on many of their vehicles have put owners at risk. Of course, none of that is the fault of the people, I guess, trying to steal it, but it's put owners at risk. And all these attorney generals, 17 of them, sent a letter on Thursday requesting a nationwide recall. The letter was signed by attorney generals from Arizona, Colorado, Connecticut, Illinois, Massachusetts, Maryland, Michigan, Minnesota, New Jersey, New Mexico, New York, Oregon, Pennsylvania, Rhode Island, Vermont, Washington, and the District of Columbia. Yeah, so no Louisiana on there for whatever reason, but
kind of Langer hasn't got around to it yet.
Yeah. So what do you do with the screwdriver and the USB?
So you stick the screwdriver in, and then you connect the USB cable to the all of them have like a USB port inside of the vehicle, and somehow I believe you touch them together and it just starts it. As a matter of fact, we should just take a drive. We're going to look for a TikTok video that has it, because they have some viral videos out there where they're doing it. It takes like 5 seconds.
Well, it's good content. We could just take a drive around the neighborhood and find a Hyundai and just see if we can get one. Oh, that's true. We've got Woodies.
We'll do a video of it.
Yeah, well, if you know where Cindy is right now, we'll just drive over there and steal her car.
No, I actually am sitting outside the business's jail in that car.
You going to take your business for a joyride?
I'm hoping. Well, my wife won't let me have a conjugal visit with her.
I think that's safer. I think that's safer for you. But
I think so.
Say hi to Taylor for us.
Yeah, all right. Well, I don't know if they're going to let me in, boys. I might be here for a while. But we're going to find out.
Wait it out. It's worth it.
Hey, but you know what? The chop shop stuff, for real, do you know how much money is in? There's more money in bringing cars in, stripping them for parts. Like, it's like 5 times the amount of the value of the car if you sell it whole. Like, this car that I'm sitting in is brand new, right? But it got a nail in the tire. And the Hyundai has Cindy took it to like 5 different places, and Hyundai has a specific tire that they had to put on it. That tire was like $270 before taxes. So just to think about that, you take 4 tires off and you sell it, and then the engine and the doors, and they take it and they strip them down. They can do it in like 30 minutes and strip it down, and they sell these parts to use online and to use to
body shops,
and body shops and everything else, and they sell it for half the price, and they make 5 times the value of the car. Crazy. It's organized crime, Mike. I'm sure you people out there.
Here we go again.
But 25% of all vehicles stolen.
Yeah, in California, yeah. Crazy.
Spark something uncommon this holiday with just the right gift from Uncommon Goods. The busy holiday season is here, and Uncommon Goods makes it less stressful with incredible hand-picked gifts for everyone on your list, all in one spot. Gifts to spark joy, wonder, delight, and that's exactly what I wanted feeling. Hey, y'all, I ordered a super cool piece. It's a candle with a sculpture of LSU's Tiger Stadium on top of it. And each officially licensed laser cut wooden replica features up to 4 layers of detail, creating a bird's eye view of a specific football field, seating section, and more. And every label includes your stadium's name, the team's logo, and school location. And it has a coconut, soy, vegan wax infused with sandalwood smell that creates tailgates and touchdown scent profile, reminiscent of game day. It's invigorating like fresh cut grass and nostalgic like smoke from a pre-game grill, and calming like the crisp autumn air of a new semester on campus. Y'all, I love it. I have it at the base of my TV, and I'm ready to watch the Tigers play on Saturday night, right? Uncommon Goods. Look, when you shop at Uncommon Goods, you're supporting artists and small independent businesses. And many of their handcrafted products are made in small batches. So shop now before they sell out this holiday season. Uncommon Goods looks for products that are high quality, unique, and often handmade or made in the U.S. They have the most meaningful out of the ordinary gifts anywhere. They even have gifts you can personalize. From holiday hosts and hostess gift to the coolest finds for kids, to hits for everyone from the book lovers to diehard sports fans. Uncommon Goods has something for everyone, not the same old selections you can just find anywhere. And with every purchase you make at Uncommon Goods, they give $1 to a nonprofit partner of your choice. They've donated more than $3 million to date. So to get 15% off your next gift, go to uncommongoods.com/RLRC. That's uncommongoods.com/RLRC for 15% off. Don't miss out on this limited time offer. Uncommon Goods, we're all out of the ordinary.
Yeah, they sell a lot of those out there too. Well, let's move over to the Windy City, or the city of crime as it's becoming known. This story's been all over the news and all over online, along with a really difficult to watch video of it that a citizen was able to take. 2 Chicago teens have been charged with only a misdemeanor after they stole a car and went crashing through an intersection and T-boned a pickup truck. And inside that pickup truck was a family, including a 6-month-old baby. And the baby was killed instantly from head injuries. So the 2 boys that stole the vehicle are 14 and 17 years old. They were speeding down West Washington Road where they flew through a busy intersection. I mean, they flew through it and just, like I said, T-boned that pickup truck that had the mom, an adult woman, and her 3 children. The baby's name was Christian Uvidia, 6 months old. The other 3 passengers, the mom 34, the siblings 17 and 7, were treated at the hospital, but their injuries weren't life-threatening. The accident was caught on surveillance video by a local resident named Sean Walker, and Walker's video has traveled well over the internet. Like I said, you can see this, or you've probably already seen it on your local news. I mean, it's just a really, really sad case. The family has launched a GoFundMe page for Christian, and whose skull was fractured, which caused immediate brain swelling, and they weren't able to save him. Manslaughter in Illinois is normally carries a 2-year to 5-year sentence along with fines, and then 4 years of probation. So what you may know, it's unclear in the articles I've read whether, what as a misdemeanor, what the maximum these guys could be charged with as a misdemeanor would be. Do you have any idea?
I can't believe that it'd be a misdemeanor when it's a death involved, but manslaughter is defined as when someone does something and they show such lack of care for another human's life that a reasonable person wouldn't have done. They do something that's so stupid that a reasonable person wouldn't have done, right? So they charge them with manslaughter because they're teenagers and they're hauling ass through. They were reckless and they hit the destructive vehicle and killed them. And I don't know of anywhere in the world that manslaughter is a misdemeanor. But the manslaughter in Louisiana, it goes up to 30 years. So.
Yeah, I have no doubt that they'd be charged as an adult. Well, at least the 17-year-old would, right? I don't know. If 14,
well,
but,
even if you're charged as a juvenile manslaughter, it's still not a misdemeanor. Right. I mean, you killing somebody.
Well, and Chicago had Lori Lightfoot in office there as mayor, and decided to get rid of her, and the new guy coming in, they're saying is even more of a mindset to do this kind of thing.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I got to take Cindy and WL last year on my way up here, and for 4 nights. I used to love Chicago going and stuff, but I mean, it's just gotten out of hand. The last time I left on a Friday, that weekend, it was a holiday weekend like Memorial Day, they shot 27 different people. There's 27 different shootings, and more than 27 people were wounded. So maybe they're all given misdemeanors too, and that's why the crime is so out of hand. But I love Chi-Town. I had a show there scheduled before COVID, and it got canceled. But I'm not going. We're not going there, boys, and y'all can go do a live show in Chicago without me.
Not me. Yeah,
it's crazy. I mean, I hate to see these good cities get ruined by bullshit like that, and I hate it for the family.
Oh, we know what that means, Woody Overton.
That's right. Yeah. Y'all, you know what time it is. It's time for Kinky Crimes for Wednesday, April the 26th.
Yes.
And we have a really special one for you this time. The title of this is The Serial Toe Sucker. South Carolina's Joey. Yeah, right. South Carolina, that's something I've never been into, like licking feet.
Yeah, foot fetish stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. South Carolina's Joey Lephart takes his foot fetish too far. Or Lephart. Lephart says that he approaches women in public places like fast food restaurants, gas stations, and Walmart. He then asks to kiss their feet or suck on their toes. If I guess if it works one time out of 100, it's good for him. But if he has money, he offers to pay them for the privilege. Now, to me, if you offer me money to suck my toes and I'm a female, I mean, you not only calling me a whore, you're calling me a toe whore, right? Or a toe prostitute. But it says if the woman says no, he just moves on. However, though, that's not exactly the whole truth, because he has been known to employ a few tricks to get some toes in his mouth. He wants some of that toe cheese. But one of his tricks included telling a woman in Georgia, Walmart, that he was with the television show America's Funniest Home Videos and would pay the 18-year-old, pay for her items if she helped him out. First, he asked her if he could take a picture of her foot, to which she agreed, right? She's going to get her Walmart goodies paid for. Anyway, then he asked her if he could kiss her foot. Nah, she again agreed, thinking it was part of the gag video. And they went behind the clothing rack, and he started sucking on her big toe, and she screamed for him to stop. He said, "It tasted so good, though." And then he ran out of the store, and he was arrested a short time later. And y'all, he's been arrested several times as recently as March of this year. And he says it's an addiction, and if he could stop, he would. Don't hit the music yet. I got something to say about this. We had a guy when I was working at Southeastern PD that was going around, and we kept getting the complaint, and he would go up to women and say, "Ooh, you have nice toes," or "Those are nice shoes," and he was like basically proposition them. I mean, so foot fetish is a real thing. Tricking women in Walmart, I don't get it. But today, Kinky Crimes, that boy be kinky.
Anybody got any toes out there?
Right. Toe cheese.
Tasty toes.
God, it seems like, just sort of like if your dog's got a licking problem and he's licking all over your leg, you get him a chew toy or something. Couldn't you get this guy like a human foot shaped and smelling chew toy, and he could just chomp on that all day instead of having to do shit like that?
That's a big deal, them foot fetish things, man. Guaranteed we got some listeners out there that like them some feet.
Oh, I guarantee, and I guess to each his own. But I mean, I was trying to think where these things originate from, like fetishes. Maybe when you're a little baby, your mama ran out with some titty milk because she stuck her toe in your mouth, and then now you grown up and you want more toes. I don't know. I've never really been able to figure out the foot fetish one.
Well, that poor lady's been sitting in front of the TV every Sunday at 7 to watch America's Funniest Videos, waiting for her segment to come on, not realizing it's never going to happen.
Right. Very good segment there, Woody. I like that one.
I always love that keeping crime. Here we go.
You know what that means.
Those are Mike's banjos for another segment of Dumb Criminal News.
Love.
Today's dumb criminal is a woman in one of our favorite locations for finding dumb criminals, Portland, Oregon, who blogged how to kill your husband and then killed her husband.
I knew it.
Yeah, not a good strategy on the blogging of killing your husband before you do it. So 71-year-old Portland woman wrote a blog post called How to Murder Your Husband. She was found guilty this week of killing him. A jury in Oregon has convicted Nancy Crampton Brophy of second-degree murder with a firearm. Prosecutors argued that she drove her husband to her husband's workplace at the Oregon Culinary Institute and shot him twice.
No, no domestic violence.
Unfortunately for her, surveillance footage shows her at the scene before her husband, Daniel Brophy, arrived. So she got to his work before he got there. And then she's seen leaving there shortly after he was shot. Some of his coworkers who found his body and called the police. Crampton Brophy reportedly returned to the scene in the same vehicle previously seen in the surveillance video. She reportedly told law enforcement officials she was at home when her husband was killed. A little problem with the cameras there.
Maybe it's her doppelganger.
Just prior to her husband's shooting, imagine this, Crampton Brophy bought a Glock 9mm gun.
Nice.
And just 3 days after he died, she tried to collect her husband's life insurance policy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She checked off every box in the dumb criminals category, right? But here's the deal. She was 71 years old. I bet you they were married like 40 years. Yeah, we have to do research that. 71 years old, and you're going to blog or look up and go kill your husband, who's going to work to support you.
Well, but here's the problem, Woody. Apparently, they were having some money problems, and they took out a home equity loan of they took out all the money out of his 401k. So they emptied his 401k of $35,000 in order to pay off some credit card debt and try and stay current with their mortgage, but they fell back behind, and so the insurance money was the only way to keep things going for.
Do they say how much insurance money it was?
They don't say how much the insurance money was, but it's not really going to matter. I mean, the lesson. How many stories have we told over the last few months where the intentions of the bad guy were told in their Google searches of the days prior to the crime? People
clear your search history, people.
Yes. And that is definitely a dumb
Give
criminal.
me some banjos, Jim.
I know you love that.
What a dumb criminal.
I do. It takes me back to my hee-haw days.
This is one of my favorite segments right here. They stole what?
They stole something?
They stole what? Well, y'all aren't going to believe what they stole when I tell you. Woody Overton.
A foot. They stole a foot?
I love this segment.
The Philadelphia Insectarium and Butterfly Pavilion is missing some butterflies and insects. Now, to be more specific, $40,000 worth of insects and lizards and butterflies were taken from the Philadelphia Insectarium. It's estimated that 7,000 animals total were taken in the robbery, including warty glow spot roaches, whatever that is.
Animals? Yeah.
Tarantulas and leopard geckos.
I'd do anything with spiders.
Well, and believe it or not, Woody Overton, all of these are likely headed to the resale market. Apparently, there is a big resale market on exotic insects.
And so that could rule out a lot of people that aren't involved in this crime. Like, you have to have the knowledge of these insects, and
yes. And you know what? This shows how good of a detective you are, because my next sentence was, when police arrived, electric blue staff uniforms were found hanging from the wall, held in place by knives. This rather strange piece of evidence signaled to police the theft may have been an inside job.
Right.
Of course.
Probably.
How did you know, Woody Overton? How did you know?
Because I'm part Sicilian, and I'm totally Italian, and it goes back to the roots of it. Somebody that's on, inside job, they've already had buyers for these. Otherwise, they knew exactly which ones to steal, and I'm sure organized crimes involved somehow.
Yeah, there's got to be. All right, so that was they stole what? All right,
inferring that my people have gotten into the insect stealing business, Woody.
Hey, well, but it
gasoline, insects,
respectable crimes.
They could be of Asian descent. They have Asian gangs. They have Mexican gangs. They have Asian. Whatever.
Thank you.
But I guess every ethnic. I know the Russians have gangs that are involved in organized crime.
Yeah.
So
that's right.
It could be anybody.
They like to steal gas, and a lot of Russians.
Yeah, my mom was going to find out.
Here's your second favorite episode segment, Woody Overton. Today in True Crime History.
Yeah.
April 26th. And you know what happened in 1859? You won't believe it. The temporary...
LSU won the national championship.
That was 1959, but close. In 1859, the temporary insanity defense is successfully used for the first time in the United States in a case involving Dan Sickles. How interesting. And then in 2018, Bill Cosby.
They don't say what's wrong with it.
No. But you can research that, folks.
I'll have to look it up.
In 2018, Bill Cosby is found guilty of sexual assault. And also, in 2018, the Golden State Killer is identified after 40 years. Joseph James D'Angelo is responsible for at least 50 rapes and 12 murders. That's in 2018.
Always been.
Okay, we've got a little surprise for you guys at home. We've gotten some fan feedback looking for us to play a game, and we're going to play a little game today. Woody, do you have a piece of paper and a pen in front of you?
No, but I have a genius brain, and I'll use that. I'm sitting in my car. They're about to wave me through. I think this piece of business.
Your business could play along.
Maybe since you don't, we'll just keep score as we go, and you won't have to write anything down. But last Saturday, so Saturday, April 22nd, was Earth Day.
Yes.
I'm sure you celebrated Earth Day up there in Wisconsin, Woody.
No, actually, I was at Baton Rouge. I was in Louisiana, but I really don't celebrate Earth Day.
Well, always a big event.
I might have hugged a tree. I love Earth, but I really celebrate.
Well, always a big event at the Agovino household, Earth Day, and I thought, well, great opportunity to talk about Mother Earth and do it in the form of a game. And so let's see how good you guys are about your Earth knowledge. So I'm going to give you multiple choice questions. And since, Woody, you're there without paper, we're going to let you guys both answer. And if through some miracle one of you is right, I will let you know. Okay, so the very first question. Remember, this is multiple choice. Let me get through all the choices before you answer. The very first question is, which of the following is not one of the seven wonders of the world? Is not one of the seven wonders of the world? A, the Colosseum in Rome. B, the Great Wall of China. C, the Taj Mahal, D, Mar-a-Lago, E, none of the above. Anybody got an answer?
Mar-a-Lago.
Yeah, I'm gonna go out on a limb and say Great Wall of China. I'm teasing Mar-a-Lago.
Okay, so you got it. Both of you got a little gift there on the first question.
We're gonna get another 1-star review about we're Trumpsters. Yeah, review. I'm like, when we've ever said anything on the show about Trump or whatever.
Woody, focus. Question 2. Question 2. Which of the following is not one of the 7 continents on Earth? A, North America, B, Central America, C, Europe, D, Antarctica.
It's B.
Central America.
Wow, look at these guys. They're on fire. 2 for 2. Unbelievable. Questions might get a little bit harder. Maybe not.
Yeah, I figure I'm about to screw it up anyway. So
no. Question 3. Which of the continents has the largest overall population? A, Antarctica, B, Europe, C, North America, D, Asia, E,
B.
None of the above.
Asia.
3 for 3. You guys know your Earth stuff. Okay. Well, let's see. This one's a little tougher, maybe. Question 4. The continent of Asia boasts 2 countries with populations of more than 1 billion people. What are those 2 countries? A, Japan and China. B, Japan and Indonesia. C, China and Russia. D, China and India. Or E, none of the above.
China and India.
China and Japan.
No, China and Russia.
Oh, what do you snatch defeat out of the clause of victory? We're right the first time.
Indonesia,
what was the answer?
China, both China and India have over 1 billion people in population. Those are the 2 most populated countries on Earth. So you guys are still tied at 3-3. Okay.
We didn't find out about in Indonesia. That's where Bali is, right? About
yes, it is. Yes, it is.
Charge, we know the Chinese, if they shoot you, they bill your family for the bullet.
That's where grandma's on death row. We don't talk about that. That hits. That hits hard. Question 5: the Mariana Trench sits in between the island of Guam and the Philippines and is approximately 36,000 feet deep at its deepest point. It is the deepest ocean point on planet Earth. What ocean is the Mariana Trench in? A, the Indian Ocean, B, the South China Sea, C, the Philippine Sound, D, the Pacific Ocean, or E, none of the above?
I'm going to go with A.
I'm going to say Indian Ocean.
It is the Pacific Ocean.
There you go. We're both done.
Okay, so you're still tied at 3.
I thought you were trying to trick us.
No tricking you. Question 6. Which is the world's longest river? A, the Nile. B, the Mississippi.
Amazon.
C, the Amazon. D, the Congo. Or E, none of the above?
Amazon.
I'm going to say the Nile.
Jim is right. It is the Nile in Africa. It is 4,132 miles long, while the Amazon is 3,977 miles long in South America. So it is 4-3, Jim in the lead.
The Nile is not the river in Egypt.
Wait. He's not in the lead because I got the Indonesia Channel one.
No, you guessed Russia.
It was.
Oh, I changed
it was China, India. Woody, don't argue with the referee. Don't argue with the ref. You're down. Number 7. For all you climate people. Which country produces the most CO2 pollution? Which country produces the most CO2 pollution? Is it A, India, B, the United States, C, China, or D, Russia? The most CO2 pollution.
China.
I'm going with China.
China it is. So 4-3 now is the score. Is that right?
4-3.
Or 5-4? 5-4. 5-4. Okay. Question 8. Zurich, Switzerland is the least polluted major city on Earth. Only one U.S. city made the top 10 list of least polluted cities on Earth. Which U.S. city was it? A, Detroit. B, you're supposed to chuckle after Detroit. B, B, Seattle. C, Portland. D, Honolulu.
I'm going to say Honolulu.
Woody?
I'm going to say, Portland.
Honolulu. Yes. The only U.S. city in the top 10 least. So it is now 6-4, Jim. Come on, Woody. Got a few more left here.
Is there a bonus question? All right,
here we go.
All right, I'm going to get it.
Okay. Mount Everest is the tallest mountain on Earth with its summit at 29,029 feet. Although Everest is the tallest mountain on Earth, by expert climber standards, it's actually rather easy to climb. The second tallest mountain on Earth is widely regarded as the most difficult to climb, with over a 25% mortality rate for those who attempt it. So 1 out of every 4 people who tries to climb this mountain dies on the mountain. Is it A, Mount Kangchen in Nepal, B, Mount K2 in Pakistan, C, Mount Manaslu in Nepal, D, Denali, also known as Mount McKinley in Alaska, or E, Driscoll Mountain in Louisiana? You guys know about Driscoll Mountain?
I'm definitely going with E.
Okay, so wait. Driscoll Mountain.
I'm going to say K2.
Woody?
Yeah, I'm going with Driscoll Mountain. No, I'm going to go with the second one that was in that country.
That's K2 as well. You're both right. K2 is the answer. Driscoll Mountain, by the way, is the highest peak in the state of Louisiana.
Where is it located?
It sits 535 feet above sea level. Some might call that a hill. Near Shreveport. So it's actually between Shreveport and Monroe. Okay. The next question, Woody, you're not going to be able to do without a pen, so we're going to skip that one. Sorry. We got a few more questions. So now it's 7-5, is that right? 7-5. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Which of these countries has the highest annual rainfall on Earth? Is it A, Panama, B, Costa Rica, C, Malaysia, D, Woody's favorite country, Indonesia, or E, Colombia? Panama, Costa Rica, Malaysia, Indonesia, or Colombia? Who gets the most rain?
I'm going to Indonesia.
I'm going to go with Panama.
The correct answer is Colombia.
Wow.
With almost 11 feet of rain a year.
What?
Colombia.
So what? That's where you can go down and get some good cocoa leaves.
Okay.
And emeralds. Emeralds too.
Next question. In which country do people have the highest, longest life expectancy? In which country do people live the longest on Earth? Is it A, Monaco, B, Japan, C, Switzerland, D, Singapore, or E, the United States?
I'm going with Monaco.
I'm going with Japan.
Woody takes one. It is Monaco at 87.1 years. By the way, the U.S. has actually gone down over the last couple of years and is now at 77.3 years. And the state of Mississippi, which would be the lowest life expectancy in the U.S., is 71.9 years. And the state of Hawaii is 80.7. So you retirees, head to Hawaii. Okay, so you're only one apart here. And we got 3 questions left. You're only one apart.
All right.
Okay. Question 13. How old is planet Earth? A, 264 million years. B, 2.64 billion years. C, 26.4 billion years, or D, 264 billion years? How old is planet Earth?
I'm going with D.
I'm going with what were the last three?
B was 2.64 billion. C was 20.
Matters, like you know.
C was 26.4 billion, and D was 264 billion.
26.4 billion.
Okay, you both are. Mother Earth is angry at you because she's only 2.64 billion years old, which is still a shitload of years.
Mother Earth.
Hey.
She's certainly hoping she lives as long as
she looks great.
You estimated, Woody, 264 billion. Okay, still one question apart with two questions left.
All right, here we go.
Number 14. Earth is the third closest planet to the sun in our solar system. What are the names of the two planets that are closest to the sun? Are they A, Uranus and Woody's anus, B, Neptune and Mars, C, Mercury and Mars, or D, Venus and Mercury?
We're going Neptune and Mars.
I'm going Uranus and Mars.
Uranus and Mars wasn't a choice. Uranus and Woody's anus was a choice, which you get that you're automatically assigned to the Uranus and Woody's anus. Guys, it's Venus and Mercury. Mercury first, Venus second. Come on. Okay, one apart. We may have to go to emergency overtime, but here's question 15. Who was the first person to orbit the Earth from space? Was it A, William Shatner, B, Yuri Gagarin, C, John Glenn, or D, Neil Armstrong? First person to orbit the Earth.
B.
Yuri Gagarin, whatever.
Yeah, the
Russian.
And it was the Russian Yuri Gagarin, which means Jim squeaks out the victory by one. You guys are pretty good on your Earth knowledge there.
Right. Jim thanked me once again.
Some Shinerbach coming Jim's way.
No, we didn't bet.
We got to start putting stakes on these.
I hope you guys in the audience scored better than these two did.
Yeah.
Oh, that was fun.
Hey, if you could tell me how old the Earth is, then you need to get just a hobby or something. Right?
This is our planet. We all live here.
Mike, don't act like you knew all those questions before you looked them up. One day I'm going to do a pop quiz on your ass.
Yeah,
you don't know all these questions, but that's good.
You don't want to play Trivial Pursuit with me. That's not a battle.
Hey, we'll have to do that one night. And, maybe we should do a whole episode on Trivial Pursuit.
Appreciate everyone listening. Follow us on Facebook. Thank you to our sponsors. Any other final thoughts, guys?
Would he get me an autograph? Yeah. If you get in the building, get me an autograph.
The app.
Yeah. I'm 2 minutes away from getting in, but the Real Life Real Crime Community app, y'all, go there. We're posting and sharing everything. It has everything from forums to chat groups to games and whatever. Merchandise store for Real Life Real Crime, and everything there is there. Thank you, for everybody, for consistently keeping us at the top of the charts in not only true crime, but in the world. We appreciate and love y'all. And I love doing the show with you boys.
And thank you, Shopify. Thank you, HelloFresh. Everybody cook up some delicious HelloFresh this week.
Yep.
Yeah. Y'all go on the Real Life Real Crime Community app and see the videos and pictures of these Mike using his Italian heritage and Jim's wife doing what she did, because she really made it look good. You know?
Yeah, she did. I had a hand in the presentation. But
I didn't get any assistance at all.
Yeah, well,
all right.
It's all love. Code RLRC 50, and if you own your own business, go to Shopify and tell them we sent you.
That's right. That's right. And until next time, I'm Jim Chapman.
And I'm Woody Overton.
And I'm Mike Agovino.
For Real Life, Real Crime Daily, peace.
Say hi to your business.
Yeah.
All right.